All right, welcome to Play on Target's first actual play broadcast. In this particular episode, we are going to run through the Star Wars Edge of the Empire beginner game. I'm Andrew Gunner. I will be the group's game master, and I will start on the Google Hangout screen. Furthest left from me is Brian, who will be playing Pash the Smuggler. Next is Lowell, who will be playing 41 VEX, the droid colonist slash doctor. And thirdly, we have Sam Dillon, who is going to be playing Oscara, the Twi'lek bounty hunter.
We'll just hold these up the rest of the time.
Unfortunately, Lowell cannot hold his up because he has the PDF.
I just said PDFs.
Share screen, share screen.
This looks pretty much like me anyway. I'm good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this totally looks like me too. I don't know what you're...
Yeah.
And all right, without further ado, if we don't have any questions from our participants, we will get the game rolling with, of course, the typical beginning to any Star Wars episode in the movie theater, which is the opening crawl.
We should be humming the theme, shouldn't we?
I have
Everyone
it on my
already
iTunes.
is.
Yeah. No, but if we did that, then YouTube would flag it later.
That's true.
They can't take our sky away from us? What?
Wait, it's a Star Wars episode starting on Tatooine?
Yeah. Timo the Hutt.
Why do I feel like Mystery Science Theater 3000 right now?
I was thinking the same thing when I said that.
Although, one of us should have read that for purposes of audio.
You guys are on the run from Timo the Hutt is basically what it said. Yeah.
That's the TLDR version of it.
Yeah.
Yes, TLDR. You guys are in trouble because you tried to escape from Timo the Hutt, and now you're on the run. And
Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have gotten quite so many of his ships blown up.
Yes.
My bad.
Now, the Trandoshan Trex, that's the person who's been sent on our tail, particularly?
Actually, he's his ship just landed, and we've got our eye on it.
Yeah, he's the captain of the ship that you are, hopefully going to finagle your way to borrowing.
Yeah, basically, when we had our discussion, I figured our plan was something like this. Okay, here's our shopping list of things with the planet. A ship? And we're good. Hey, look, jerk, the slave trader. Why don't we take his ship? It's much better than the one I blew up.
Trashed again.
Again. So I could understand if you're reluctant about getting on another ship with me, but it might be better than being death by Gamorreans. I'm just putting it out there. Speaking of Gamorreans.
Speaking of Gamorreans, yes. You duck inside the cantina, and you step down a short flight of stairs into the cantina's shadowy common room, the cool air a blessed relief from the scorching heat of Tatooine. The Deveronian bartender pauses in his chores to stare at you, his devilish features intimidating. On a stage against the far wall, a Twi'lek woman dances to recorded music. Private booths line the walls, and the cantina floor is scattered with tables and chairs. A few patrons turn in their seats to stare at you. The only other exits you see from the room are what looks to be a storage closet in one corner and a doorway behind the Twi'lek dancer. The arched roof above you is supported by thick, heavy struts. You only have a few moments to find a hiding place before Teimo's thugs arrive. What do you do?
I will pull up my hood because I know they don't serve droids in here usually, right?
Man.
I'll try to kind of keep myself closed in tight and my head down, and I'm following behind the other two who seem to be more criminal, maybe be the word I want to use, and might know what to do here.
Does it look like there are any decent places to hide, or is it a pretty open room?
Nope.
Aha.
Yes, that
Let's
is
see.
the cantina.
And we've come in from the south?
And you came in from the south side, yes.
That circular
there's the stairs
room.
side. Okay.
That circular room down at the bottom. Yep.
Is there an
So-
open booth?
Yes.
You guys want to have a seat for a few minutes and get our bearings?
That seems fair
Yeah,
enough.
where I can look less like me. I guess if I'm just trying to. Is it crowd? We got a shot at blending in with the people.
Yep, you could. You'd still need to make a stealth check if you're going to try and blend in, but yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to give that a shot. So I roll my stealth dice.
Yep, and that is going to be just a straight, simple check at this point. It looks like without any. I'm sorry, with one purple die.
One for one die. So
Yep.
we
Okay,
roll.
so we roll however many dice it shows under stealth, and then
Yes,
add a
and
purple
then
die
one
to it?
purple die. Yep.
Okay. There's my roll. I rolled
Holy crap.
1, 2,
Wow.
3, 4, 5. POW. You know what that POW symbol looks like? I hate to. Let me totally derail this. Whenever in biology we talk about ATP, we put the big POW symbol because it means power and energy. That's
I'm
I rolled.
going to roll my stealth dice.
I rolled 5 ATPs and some kind of weird wig.
Okay. The 5 is successes, and the weird one is advantage.
Oh,
Which means,
wow.
I actually should inform you that all of you have taken 2 stress on the initial run.
Okay.
2 strain. So you mark 2 strain down on your character sheets. But Sam, you heal 1 with your advantage, so you only have 1 stress.
Okay, so I have 1 stress. I need to get
Strain.
one
I keep saying stress.
Oh, sorry, strain. What does strain do?
Strain is it's not wounds. It's basically just like exhaustion or fatigue.
Okay.
And it can also take you out if you get knocked completely down, but it's not like if you're wounded to 0 hit points, you're basically critically injured and dying. It just means that you can't do anything else because you're too exhausted.
Okay, and I just roll my stealth dice.
Yep, your stealth dice with 1 purple die.
Oh, and okay, let me get the purple one in there too. Okay. Got 1 success, 2 advantages, and 2 failures.
Okay, so you have a net 1 failure, but you did get 2 advantages. So the 2 strain that you would have taken from the initial fleeing the Gamorreans through the city is gone. It's healed.
Okay, so I
while
failed, but I managed to get rid of the strain. Okay.
Right, basically, you came into the cantina, and while attempting, you more nonchalantly tried to hide, so you managed to catch your breath while you're stealthing, which is probably why you're going to end up failing.
I was far too focused on catching my breath. Okay.
Right. So the droid and so 41 Vex and Oscara managed to blend into the crowd via either sliding into a booth or sitting at a table with other people. Pash kind of walks up to the bar and sits and
What is he?
just waits for a drink next to another person and
Hello, I'm Pash the Smuggler. I'm hiding from Gamorreans. May I have a drink, please?
Moments after you hide yourselves, a small troop of pig-like Gamorreans carrying heavy bone-breaking clubs steps through the door. Teimo's enforcers. They blink their beady little eyes in the blue, peering about, and then one lets loose a piercing pig-like squeak as it lays its eyes on Pash. You are spotted.
Hello.
I turn to VX41. Is that your name?
Yes.
41 Vex. I turn to 41 Vex and I say, that Pash is worse than a Wookiee.
We don't have to outrun the Gamorreans. We just have to outrun Pash.
and
Which
yes,
I would
things are
argue
about to
is
get
the
violent.
bounty hunter's a
Your
pretty good
logic.
pilot.
Your logic is impeccable.
Okay, so here is how we are going to learn about how initiative works. You're not going to roll initiative for this combat. It's set on whether you succeeded or not at hiding. But initiative itself works a little bit differently in Edge of the Empire in that instead of going at a particular time, you have a slot, a PC slot or an NPC slot. So the order in this combat, since you overall didn't succeed at hiding, is going to be one of you guys, one PC goes, then the Gamorreans go, then the other two PCs go in any order. And you guys decide who goes in what PC slot.
I vote Bounty Hunter goes first.
And that can change from round to round. So one round, Sam might go first. The next round, Lowell could go first if it's more advantageous.
I agree.
Since I'm bait now, I vote Bounty Hunter goes first.
I'm fairly threatened by these ugly pig-faced orcs. I mean, Gamorreans. So I'm looking at my weapons and equipment, and I have a carbine blaster that is ranged medium. Am I medium range?
Okay, what that means is when you see the range on your weapon, that is the maximum range you can fire away from your weapon. It depends. Everything in this cantina, the cantina is small enough that nothing is going to be more than medium range away from you.
Okay.
So you will be fine, but the distance you're shooting depends how many difficulty dice are added. At this point, unless you guys are at the far back of the cantina, you're all in short range from the Gamorreans.
Okay.
So.
Okay. So I'm thinking that the worst that could happen is I cause a big enough distraction that Posh would understand to get the hell away. But how many Gamorreans?
I wouldn't count on that, but we'll give it a shot.
I'm sorry, there are 3 Gamorreans.
Okay. So I can shoot at one.
Yep.
And hope that Posh has some sort of semblance of intelligence.
Yeah, and if you look, I'm sorry, I just want to jump in here real quick. If you look to the right of your character sheets on there, it does have an area that says a player's turn, and it gives what you can do with like basic actions and basic maneuvers.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, and like for example, if you use your maneuver to take cover, that adds a black die to an opponent's trying to attack you. You don't have to make a roll to take cover. You just say you're taking cover, and then say what you're taking cover.
Nice. That's cool.
If you spend your maneuver aiming, you get to add a blue dice to your attack roll. And then if you want, you can take a second maneuver by giving yourself 2 strain in addition to an action. So you could aim, shoot, and then take cover, but you take 2 strain to do it.
I got it.
And like in most games, you can swap out your basic action for a second maneuver. So you could do 2 maneuvers but not make an attack.
So I'm going to shoot at the Gamorrean, one of them, the one closest to me, I guess, or the one closest to Posh.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, I'm going to shoot. And then if I miss, I might hit Posh. But then
win-win.
I will then I will take cover. So that's going to be my sort of action sequence.
Okay.
So I think I roll 2 yellow dice and 2 green dice for my...
Yeah, you roll your attack, and then you add, since it's short range, you're going to add 1 purple.
Okay, so I add 1 purple. Now, what's on the purple die?
The purple die is the difficulty dice. That has the failures and the threats, which are the opposite of advantages.
Okay, and so
it could cause you strain.
So if I roll a threat, it causes me strain. Okay, I have 1 strain right now already because I had 2, but I resolved 1. Okay.
You resolved 1, right? You got a chance to pitch it.
Okay, so here's my roll. Boom. All right.
Holy crap.
So what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like 5 successes and an advantage.
Yikes!
Wow.
Same thing I rolled last time. 5 ATPs and a beard. That's what I rolled.
You are now the Emperor.
I am.
That is insane. Holy cow.
Well, that's like her best. That's her skill. That she's got 2 ranks in heavy ranged weapons, and that's what she just shot. So it says I deal 9 damage on a hit plus 1 damage per
for every success.
Symbol.
Yep.
I also inflict a critical injury on a hit for. Is that if I roll 3 advantages?
If you roll 3 advantages total, you get to do a critical success. Yep. Or if you roll the force icon on your yellow die, that's an automatic critical.
Okay, but I only rolled 1.
One
What's
advantage.
that symbol?
Advantage.
Advantage. Okay.
Yep. And so that means you can heal your other strain that you took now.
Oh, okay. Okay. And
You
I
very-
did.
You take a minute to stand up from the table that you sat at and kind of crack your knuckles a little bit before drawing your blaster, so you get to catch your breath some more before you take the shot. So yeah, so you get to add your successes to your damage. So what's the total then?
So it's 9 plus 5, so 14.
So 14 minus their soak. Okay, so yeah, you stand up, pull out your blaster, and just nonchalantly take a shot at one of the Gamorreans, hit it straight in the chest, and it squeals as it drops to the ground.
Nice.
Yeah, it's so one third of them are down already,
Okay.
and it is now their turn, and they are not focusing on Pasha anymore.
And I went to get cover, right? That was
Yeah,
my
you took
maneuver
cover.
was to yeah. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Okay, so, and what did you take cover behind?
The droid.
Lowell's not laughing.
No. Inconceivable.
Can I like pull the table over, like push it over to its side, or is there?
Yep,
I mean, I
yep,
guess
that is
maybe I should have
definitely doable. You can knock your table over. That's not a problem. Go for it. Okay, so
That's what I did.
I should also ask if does your weapon? I don't know if your weapon has a stun setting or not.
Oh, let me see.
Blaster carbine, heavy medium. It would say if it has a stun setting. I think.
It does not say anything.
Okay.
About that,
So, as you shoot them, they now draw and brandish their clubs. And they come after you.
All right.
Let's see. So one of them actually does get moved behind the table, so you don't have cover from it, but the other one is going to attack you from the front side. And I will roll for the first one. They are attacking melee, so melee by default is 2 difficulty dice.
Okay.
And then after I make my successes, you tell me what your soak is, basically.
So what's
the
difficulty is the purple?
The difficulty is the purple, yep. And I actually did not succeed.
Oh.
I netted 0 successes, but I got 2 advantage, which does them no good because these two haven't taken damage. So the first one misses. The second one. Oops, I have to roll a setback die for the second one.
Looks like he got a threat symbol thingy too.
I did, and he got 2 because I forgot to roll his setback die for you having cover. So he takes 2 strain, but he does hit you.
Okay.
For, let's see, where's the damage on this thing? 7 minus whatever your soak is.
My soak is 4.
Okay, so you take 3 points of damage. You take
Okay.
3 wounds.
Now, how does damage work here?
Basically, you mark them on your character sheet, and then when your wounds exceed your wound threshold, you're defeated and knocked unconscious. But before that, it doesn't have any negative effect on you.
Okay, so my total wound is 12, and I just took 3, so I'm down to 9.
Down to 9, correct. Yep, exactly. And now both of the Gamorreans that are left have gone, so now we go to the second PC slot.
Droid.
No, Tosh, you first, sir.
He's busy taking.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah. Yeah, shoot a. Actually, I'm going to shoot the Gamorrean that hit my Twi'lek friend.
Okay.
So, because that's what he gets for bringing a club to a blaster fight. So, all right. So I've got my dice for my blaster pistol. What's my difficulty dice? Just one.
Difficulty dice short range is 1.
Okay, got it. Let's see. I got a triumph, an advantage, and 2 failures.
Oh.
I told you he was worse than a Wookiee.
I totally am. This is what I get for bringing a blaster to a blaster fight, apparently.
So you got 2 failures. You said okay. So you didn't manage to hit, even though you got the triumph.
Right, 2 failures, 1 triumph, and an advantage. I failed
Okay.
well.
All right, so you got an advantage. Do you have any strain left, or is your strain already wiped clean?
My strain's gone. Or it was gone.
Okay. Okay, so the advantage doesn't do you much good. So at this point, you make a really, really good shot, but someone just happens to be walking by, and you hit the glass out of their hand instead.
Okay.
He struck a pose while he was shooting.
Right.
I'm
All right, so last but not up.
I look at the Gamorrean and I say, that glass could have been your head, pal.
41 vex.
Gamorreans, do they fight by sense of smell? Can they see in the dark? I mean, what do we know about Gamorreans?
They don't have any special senses that you know
Okay.
of.
I'm tempted to try and shoot the circuit box to knock the lights out, but I think what I'm actually going to do is take cover, because I like cover,
Okay.
and I'm going to jab a hypodermic into my Twi'lek friend. So that's a medical roll,
Okay.
and it's since he's not below half, it's 1 die for the difficulty dice, so I'm
Okay.
rolling 4 green, 2 yellow, and a difficulty die.
And is that the one of the healing ones, right?
Yep.
Is that what that is? Okay.
And he will heal up to
Let's hope.
up to 4 wounds and up to 4 strain.
Perfect. So the Oscara is going to be healed back to full. And just for those watching and for you guys, so that you know, the stim packs, when you use them, become decreasingly effective on a particular person. So now that you've used 1 on Oscara, the next time you use 1 on Oscara, it'll heal up to a maximum of 3, and then a maximum of 2, and then a maximum of 1. And then Oscara can't use another stim pack for 24 hours.
Oh, okay. I know this is that's a med kit, and it just says once per encounter I can use the medicine skill to heal an ally.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, that was a med kit, not the
med
stim
kit,
pack?
not stim pack.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's different then. Yep, sorry.
Sorry, I should have been clear about that.
Okay. Well, so you know, when you use stim packs, they become decreasingly effective.
Okay.
For 24 hours.
So as a bounty hunter that worked for a drug cartel or a spice/mine cartel, I already know about what happens when you keep taking drugs too much.
All right. That's the bottom of the round. So we're back to the top of the round with a PC slot again. So one of you guys gets to go.
Thank you, Lowell.
Twi'lek goes, save me.
You guys want to do the same order? I thought that worked pretty well.
Yeah, sure.
I'm clearly not an act first kind of guy, as it happens.
I will take a shot again. Except, wait, is that one still in melee with me, or did he get knocked out? He did not get knocked out, did he?
Right, they're both still in melee with you. Yep.
Okay. But there's a table in between one of them and...
Yes,
okay.
the one that hit you is on the other side of the table. The other, and then there's one right behind you.
Okay, I am much less good at using my fists, but I will go ahead and go in for the whole brawl. So that means I roll 2 of these green dice, and then you said
2 difficulty for melee.
2 difficulty for melee. Okay.
Yep.
Which hopefully will turn out really well. By the way, so just as a technical question for the Roll20 thing, I noticed when I put the result down at the bottom of my screen here, how do I make that go away? Like, I know when I roll again, it'll pop up there, but then it just stays there.
The only way I found to do it is to decrease all my dice to 0, and then click roll, and then it'll roll 0 dice, and it'll disappear.
Ah, okay. Well, here's the roll, the good roll. So 2 green dice, 2 difficulties, and nothing.
Okay, so they must have just completely balanced each other out.
I got this. Let me see. Let me try to read them first.
Go for it.
I got a success on one of the green ones, and I got an advantage on one of the green ones. But then I got a failure on one of the purples and a threat on one of the purples.
Yep. So everything canceled each other out to be a net 0.
So it shows. So that's the other way to get it to disappear from the bottom is to roll a 0. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So
you throw a punch at the Gamorrean, but you hit him right in his chest armor, and he just kind of, pigly grunts and chuckles at you. Hey there.
And so I guess my maneuver was
maneuver, yep.
I stowed my rifle. Then I guess
Okay.
before I took a swing. So
Sounds good. All right. So the Gomorian behind Oscara is going to make its attack first. And 2 difficulty. And it takes a strain and does hit you for 6 minus your soak, which I believe you said was 4, so you take 2 damage.
yeah, my soak is 4, so I take 2 more damage. Okay. Well, I got healed up in between, so I'm still at a lowly 2.
And then the other one is going to, since you're right there, swing at you as well, but you still have cover from him, so... He hits you for the same amount, another 2.
Another 2. Okay.
Yep.
I'm down to 8.
And then it is the final...
Sorry, just letting my comrades know my threshold for wounds is 12, and I'm down to 8.
Okay.
just so that and those following along at home can know I'm a little bit damaged, but not tremendously so.
Okay. And we have 2 PCs left to go.
Oh my. Oh my.
I guess I'm gonna try this shooting thing again. I'm gonna take my maneuver to take a couple of steps back. Just to, I mean, not gonna do anything. Seems logical to get farther away from those clubs, and I'm gonna try to zap the one on the on my side of the table.
Okay.
Okay, that's looking better. That's 2 successes, 2 advantages, and 1 threat.
Okay, so a threat cancels out one of the advantages. Since you don't have strain at this point in the game, they don't have the advantages do anything else at this point.
Okay, so we're just amounts to 2 successes.
So you got 2 successes, and then what's the damage on your weapon?
6 plus so 8.
8 total.
6 plus,
okay, so
yeah, 6 plus 1 per success, so 8 total.
okay, and they have both taken strain, so that means you drop one of them.
Nice.
Yep. So you blast it in the back, and it lets out a squeal. It drops its weapon and then collapses to the floor. And that leaves 1 PC and 1 Gomorian.
I will
get him.
Aim, shoot, and then take the strain to dive back behind cover.
Okay. All right, so make your attack roll. Don't forget to add the blue boost dice as well as 1 difficulty die.
Okay, so 2 green, 1 boost, and 1 difficulty die, which results in 3 advantage.
Oh, but no successes.
No successes.
Bummer.
And I'll dive back behind.
Okay, so you're gonna have advantage, and you actually. Let's see. There are a couple of things you can do because you got so much advantage.
Okay.
You don't have to. You can spend 2 of them to not take the 2 strain for your second maneuver.
Okay.
You could spend 2 of them to give a boost to the next person to attack the target.
Yes, that's what I want.
And then that's about it at this point.
I will use the extra die, the extra advantage, to remove 1 of the strain from before, and the other 2 I'll spend to give a boost to Oscara for her next attack. His next attack.
All right, and it's top of the round, so if you guys want to keep the same order, then Oscara is up.
I'm all for it.
I would say that android is worse than the Wookiee, but they actually maneuvered around and gave me an advantage, so they're not even as bad as Posh.
Nope.
So I'm going to go ahead and take another swing at the Gomorian in front of us with my fists because it made me mad. And there's the roll, and I have a failure and an advantage.
Oh, and you forgot to add in the boost die.
Oh, and what's that?
That's the blue one.
Okay, so let me just roll one blue one then. And it's a 1. So I don't know what that means. So I rolled a
It must have been the blank side. The boost dice have blank sides.
okay. All right, yeah. Then yeah, it's blank. So I rolled a total of a failure and an advantage and a nothing on the blue.
Okay. So you do not manage to punch him. You miss, but you do I don't think you have strain. If you had strain, you could heal one.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's a net 0. And the last Gamorrean is going to now turn around and
Shoot the smuggler!
What?
What? That doesn't seem right.
I think he's going to go after the droid, despite the fact that the droid has cover.
Don't turn your back on me, you big pig-faced lug.
The Gamorreans are not known to be tactical masterminds, fortunately.
Yeah.
Like machines.
Wow,
he does not like. So, do we want the good news or the bad news?
Ooh.
Let's do the good news.
The good news is, as the Gamorrean hits 41 Vex, it is now officially taken enough a strain to knock itself out. However, the bad news
how
is
many
that
wounds?
before it drops, 41 Vex takes how many did I get? 8 wounds minus its soak.
Ouch.
So I take 5.
Ow.
Ow.
But as it
So-
swings,
Sparks
obviously,
come out.
So here's
Why
the
was I programmed
situation
to feel
where
pain?
so this is what happens. So the Gamorrean swings, nails 41 Vex with its club, but imagine it just right as to make sparks shoot out of it, and the pig
Nice.
starts screaming in fear of it, and starts windmilling backwards, trips, nails its head on a table, and drops.
nice. So I noticed on the on my gear I have those stim packs, but it says heal 4 wounds to a living creature. But I'm assuming that 41
Yep.
Vex is
Does
not
not
a
work
living
with 41
creature.
Vex, right? 41
So-
Vex has to use, I believe, they have
Emergency repair
kit.
kits, yes.
Yes,
Okay.
repair.
Okay. Got
Which work the same as stim packs, I believe, but on droids.
Yeah, well,
Oh,
they actually just
I
straight
think-
heal up to 4 wounds.
That's right. Yeah, they don't have the diminished returns because it's a droid.
Right.
Got it. Okay. The Gamorreans are defeated. The silence that follows is broken by a slow clap from those in the establishment.
A slow clap, like they're not impressed.
The Deveronian bartender approaches and laughs a brittle little laugh. I guess you're folks who need to get off the planet in a hurry. The good news for you is that I happen to know that there's a freighter in Landing Bay Orek right now. The bad news is that its Captain Trex is an associate of the Hutts and won't just let you on. But the other bad news is that the reason I know it's still in the landing bay is that it has a broken hypermatter reactor igniter and won't be flying anywhere until it gets a new one installed. I bet Vorn over at the junk shop has one. Then he points to the door. Now get out of my cantina.
Man, if only we knew someone who could repair ships well. Let's get out of here.
We'll stumble out of there.
Yeah.
Was the Wookiee the engineer of the group?
Actually, no. The doctor is.
I have mechanic.
Oh, it is the doctor. Okay, that's right. Yeah, because you were doing ships for Timo. That's right.
Yeah.
I give the bar owner, the tavern owner, the cantina owner a cold stare as I walk out of the establishment.
I flip him some coins.
I catch them in midair.
How rude.
All right, crap. Junk shop then?
Yes.
All
All
right.
right.
So
That's a couple bill. Oh, look at that. Okay, yeah. Look, I have a map.
Yeah, I was saying, I had the map up, but since you guys said you're going to the junk shop, I was like, oh, I guess we don't need the map yet. All
The good
right.
news is it's actually not too far from the cantina. The bad news is it's
No, it isn't.
we have to go completely around another building to get to it. So
Yes.
We'll move cautiously. I'll put some.
I'm good.
Yes, you're all fine, and your stealth was so excellent last time. Please, go ahead.
I was
walk quickly and furl your cape a bit as you do that. That's excellent.
Who programmed that android to lie?
Maybe he should sing the Posh song as he walks through the streets.
hey, I was providing a distraction.
I will pull out emergency tape and seal the dent in my head in preparation for later.
Duct tape.
Yeah, that's better.
Yes.
All right. The junk shop is immediately obvious by the scrapyard adjoining the low pourstone building. As you step inside, you see a hunched old human male lurking behind a low counter, covered with disassembled droid and machine parts. The man glances up at you, then turns to a garbage can-shaped R5 droid standing at his side. He kicks the droid and shrieks, "You're supposed to tell me when I have customers, you bucket of bolts! Go outside and finish stripping that speeder bike wreck!" He gives it another kick, and the droid trundles off with a surly and the man turns to you. "Welcome, customers! As you can see," he points at the racks and shelves and enormous buckets full of scrap metal and parts, "I have anything you could want for the right price."
What, anything?
Well, within reason.
And, wait, what was the name of the part we needed?
The
Hyperspace igniter.
hypermatter reactor igniter.
Thank you. Well, unless you have a matter
No, it's too
reactor, I mean, we've been all over town, and we have found absolutely nothing even remotely. There was this guy that tried to sell us one of those big yellow things, and it was not what we needed.
A banana?
I don't know what he called it.
Well,
The snow sled?
It was not a matter igniter. That's what I'm telling you.
well, yeah, I do have a hypermatter reactor igniter, but I only have the one, and it's already promised to Captain Trex of the Crate Fang.
Trex. I mean, I don't pay anyone what I owe them, Trex. Yeah, sure. Good luck with that, pal. You mean I take what I want at gunpoint, Trex? When he comes back, he's just going to shoot you and take it.
I just mean Trex, who always buys his parts from me and pays me what I ask him for.
That has not
Maybe it's a
been
different
my
Trex you're thinking
experience.
of.
But this Trex fellow isn't here with money right now, and we are.
In fact, it's entirely possible
well-
we have more money.
I hit Pash in the shoulder. Don't promise things yet.
I suppose I might be willing to make a deal, but you'd have to go up on Trex's offer so that it's worth risking his ire.
Anyway, what did Miss Fire offer you?
Trex is going to be paying me 500 creds.
Okay. 600. Can I try a charm
The
roll?
man attempting to negotiate must make a negotiation check. Difficulty is going to be 2 purple and 1 red.
So before we do this roll,
Yes.
Pash,
Yeah.
what is your negotiate skill? Did you just sink us?
Well, my charm is much better than my negotiate.
Ah.
My negotiate's only
We can have someone else take over the talking if you guys would prefer, if someone has a better negotiate. I'm okay with it.
No, he's already doing it. He
Okay.
named a number. He's rolling it. But I'm just curious from the metagame standpoint if I'm going to have to beat down the junk dealer.
I also have a yellow and a green negotiate.
Ah, that's good.
And so you guys know, the reason the difficulty is so high is because we're getting into what is our first, for those watching as well, we're getting into our first what is called an opposed roll, where instead of the PCs and the NPCs rolling opposing rolls, the PCs roll their normal dice, and then they take whatever dice that the NPC would normally roll to resist with and switch that into difficulty dice.
Okay.
So in this example, his negotiate skill is 2 greens and a yellow, but as difficulty that would translate to 2 purples and a red. So instead of you rolling and me rolling, it's just 1 pool.
Okay.
Right. So I'm effectively rolling his dice to compensate for what he would.
Right.
That's cool.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, I got a pretty good roll. Wow, actually, spectacularly good. It's 4 successes, 2 advantages, 1 threat, 1 failure. So
Okay.
So wait, threats and advantages. So look, hold on, let me do the math for you. It's 3 success and advantage.
Perfect. Okay.
I
The
got
advantage is
spectacularly
much.
lucky on that roll.
What? Out of curiosity, what is your negotiate?
3 8-sided dice, three
Three-
greens. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, that's not bad.
Great.
All right. So he says that he'd be willing to sell it to you, but he couldn't go lower than 600.
Okay. I could wait. Do we have 600? Is there anything that tells us how much money we have?
Yes, page
Yes.
3.
I have 400 credits off the record. I'm not necessarily pledging them to Pasha's deal at the moment, but I do have them.
Gotcha. Wait a minute. Oh, look at that! I also have 400. Okay.
Strangely enough, my character tells you that he only has 200.
It looks like the droid and the smuggler are going in on this part, I guess.
Hey, I'm willing to go in on it, but we
I don't know,
have to
you look
agree.
reluctant, and you kill things for a living.
I'm trying. I
I'm gonna ask the droid.
I motion the 2 of them over for a more private conference to not have this talk in front of the junk dealer who might hear us and decide he wants more money.
Yeah.
And then I say, I'm willing to pay half of that if you will agree that after we leave here, we go rescue my sister.
Nice.
Fair enough.
Fine. I'll pay the other half.
All right.
I like the way this is going.
All right. I do whatever I need to do to transfer 300 credits over to Pasha's account. Yeah. I pull out my tricorder. Oh, wait.
Pasha's like, see ya. Walks out the door. I just made 300 credits.
Woohoo! and then Gamorreans kill me.
All in a week.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Next week at Pasha's funeral,
Yeah.
we're introduced to a Wookiee.
Yes, at my funeral, which is really, really well funded. But other than that, yeah. So if I have my 600, I'll head back over to the dealer. 600 is fine.
All right. He says, here's the machine to plug your cred stick into. He said he'll go get the part.
Okay.
And he goes back and starts rummaging around.
We don't plug it in until we have
He doesn't like walk out of the room. He just goes behind a shelf and starts digging around to pull it up.
Okay.
And then he comes back a couple minutes later with a large, bulky device. Here you go.
How we got to get this over to the the spaceport.
We need to move quickly before the Trandorian comes here. We got to get going.
I agree. Let's see.
I'll poke my head out and make sure I don't see Captain Trex coming or anything out on the street.
You don't. You do see the R5 unit messing about with stuff in the junkyard, and sounds like it's swearing to itself in droidese, but that's about it.
Is this thing too heavy for me personally to carry?
No, it's
My brawn
not
is
that huge.
3. Okay.
Oh, jeez.
It turns out I'm stronger than the droid.
He's a
That's
hunched
weird.
over old man, and he could carry it to the table,
Okay.
so you should be good.
Okay. In that case, I'll take it.
All right.
And
I generously let Posh carry the item.
Yes.
well, right now of
Great
the 2 of us, I'd rather have you free to pull guns than me. So we're gonna head farther north. Is that right? I'm assuming that's where.
Where do you guys? What's your guys' next plan of attack?
I'd like to find his ship and put this in it and fly away from Tatooine. Oh wait, those are my next three steps. Sorry.
Wait.
You'll-
Wait. Do you know how to pilot a ship?
Do I know how to pilot a ship?
Yes,
I've
that's what I
crashed
asked.
I was Timo's main pilot for until quite recently.
Were there circumstances of your being terminated that we should be made aware of?
Yes.
Fair enough. Let's go to the hangar.
Okay.
I just want to make sure we have a pilot before we make this plan go through. That's the only reason I asked.
We have a pilot. I'm the second best pilot I know.
Who's the first best?
He's dead.
Oh.
Oh, okay. I'm happy with that answer.
Actually, why doesn't someone give me a pilot intellect check? And this is where it's going to be a little bit different. This is one of the. It's not going to be whatever it shows in your pilot skill, because the way pools are built is you look at the attribute that you're using and the skill that you're using. The higher of those two numbers is how many green dice you roll, and the lower of those two numbers is how many yellow dice you roll.
Ooh.
Okay, say that again.
So who's doing it? Is Brian doing it?
Brian.
Someone, yeah.
Okay.
I vote for me, but
Okay.
tell me again how to build that pool.
So you would roll. Look at your pilot. How many ranks you have in pilot,
Okay, that's
and then
2.
your intellect attribute,
Is
and
also
it would
2.
be. Oh, it is also 2. Okay.
Yeah.
So, let's see.
I'm not too bright, but I can fly.
All right, so you
your
roll.
pilot is just
Basically,
2?
you're going to roll 2 yellow dice and 1 purple die.
Yellow and 1 purple.
Yep.
Okay, I can do that.
And
All right.
why that is because normally the larger amount of dice is the larger number of between attribute and skill is how many total dice you roll, and then the smaller number is how many of those dice upgrade from green to yellow. But since it's the same for you, it's 2 pool dice, both of which are upgraded to yellow.
Okay, I got a triumph, a success, an advantage, and a failure.
Triumph of success. Okay, so the failure cancels out the success, but the triumph is also a success.
So it boils down to a triumph and an advantage. Okay.
Okay, yep. And okay, so you get ready to start heading towards this landing bay Orek, and you stop for a minute and think, wait a minute. I've landed here plenty of times. Spaceport Control is going to have to take off the docking clamps off of the crate thing. We're not going to be able to take off anywhere with it.
Oh. Hey guys.
Yes.
Okay. Tell me what you think of this plan. I say.
I have a bad feeling about this.
As we walk. Spaceport control around these parts is their rules are strict, but they can be circumvented. So I'm proposing we pretend to be a maintenance crew hired by Trex, because we are in fact going to put this thing on his ship, and then let's try to convince them that we need to take it on a test run to make sure that Captain Trex is happy with our repairs. So they will release the docking clamps so we can maybe go away.
And not even say a test run, but say that we're going to need the docking clamps off because we're going to have to fire up the engine regulators to make sure it works.
Yes.
And with the docking clamps on, that'll cause a problem.
Yeah, and it could
Absolutely.
damage their dock if they leave the clamps on. So we're just
And we
looking out
don't want that.
for their best interest.
I like it.
Okay, so you
So-
guys are heading to the space port then, right?
Now, I assume this is
Right.
going to be a deceit roll rather than a negotiate roll.
Yes, it will be. First off, that's okay. So you guys, I brought the map up. If you head north, it's kind of on the way to Landing Bay Orek anyway, so it's not like from the junk shop, so it's not like you're exactly going super far out of your way to do this.
Okay.
But the Spaceport Control Facility is a low, squat building clinging to the edge of the Moschuta Bluff. The front entrance stands open, but a pair of Spaceport security droids stand at attention. If you're going to get off Tatooine, you need to disable the docking clamps holding the crate fang in its landing bay, and you can only do that inside Spaceport Control. So first off, you're going to need to get past these guard droids first.
So wait,
if you're,
I'm confused. We need
Yep.
to go to spaceport control, and then we have to go to the landing bay?
Yep.
Right, the landing bay is actually physically where they are, but spaceport control is what handles all of the
Sure.
incoming and outgoing and docking
All right.
requirements
And
from
right,
shooting.
the switch to take those things off is in spaceport control. I got you.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So, but I guess where are we though?
You guys were in the junk shop, and then you are at spaceport control now.
Okay, so
That's where you
so
have
we
to
need
be to get rid of the
Okay,
clamps.
so I have a yellow die and a green die in deceit.
Good.
Who's better at that than me?
Not.
I'm slightly better. I have a
Okay.
yellow and 2 greens. So.
There you go.
All right, and
So
your
I'm-
difficulty die, whoever does it, is going to be 1 red, and your story is actually fairly plausible, so I'm going to give you a boost die on it as well, so 1 blue.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. 1 blue, 2 greens, 1 yellow. Got it. Okay.
And a red.
So, yeah, I got the red.
Okay, so I want to make sure.
Okay, so I approach. Yeah. Oh, that'd be awesome. Yeah. Okay. So I approach the droids, holding. Yeah, I present the story just as the 3 of us came up with.
Okay, sounds
we need
good.
to remove the clamps and in order to take this on, and we're in a hurry. Captain Trex is really angry, et cetera, et cetera. I try to look particularly worried which is not hard at this point in my life. It's
Okay,
method acting.
right.
Okay, so the roll, right?
Yes.
All right. Okay. Okay. I got a threat and a success. A threat and an advantage and a success and a failure, so those cancel each other out.
Yep.
Net gain 2 successes, 2 advantages.
Perfect. Okay, so you managed to succeed, and you tell the droids your story, and it looks like they buy it. They step aside and let the 3 of you walk in. You step through a doorway into a large chamber. Crowded with computer equipment and centered around a large hollow display showing a plot of the local aerospace. Standing in front of the display with her arms folded behind her back is a human woman. She appears to be in charge, and as you watch, she speaks into a headset in a formal, commanding tone. Imperial Shuttle Lambda 11238. This is Overseer Bryn with Spaceport Control. You are cleared for landing. Welcome to Maschuta. A half-dozen technicians of different species work at consoles, and 2 security droids stand near the doorway. Your attention is pulled to the floor-to-ceiling transparent steel windows against the far wall, looking out over the desert of Tatooine, where an Imperial shuttle is coming in for a landing. And I will share the space. There. So you guys are in the main control room. Oh, I didn't notice that there's tokens on there. Ignore the tokens that are on there. I stole this picture from elsewhere.
There's some ATP on there too, up at the top.
Yep. But Bryn is standing in that in the middle where it says main control room with her back to you, looking out through the windows.
I vote we try the same story.
It worked before. It has a plausibility to it that seems excellent.
Okay.
This is your show. I'm just a hapless maintenance technician.
I'm simply ready to run.
So you guys are going to try the same spiel?
I'll
Okay,
try to get her attention, because I'm assuming that needs to push the button for us.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, seriously, same roll, or...
Yeah, it's gonna be a purple and a red this time instead of just a red.
Okay. Yeah, she's a little tougher crowd.
Right.
Okay.
Yep. She's not a worthless droid.
Hey. That was on your behalf, sir. Okay. Hang on. I'm canceling things out. One success. One success. Exactly 1 success.
All right. She as soon as you start talking about damaging the Imperial equipment, She's like, okay, I'll lift the docking clamps now. How long do you think you're going to need?
I'm a mechanic, I can guess, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I look to our actual mechanic.
X parsecs. Yeah.
About as long as it would take to do the Kessel run.
So run, exactly. Assuming time dilation.
The number we need is the number of the amount of time it takes to make the actual repair, plus firing up the engines and getting out of here.
Yeah.
So a few hours.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, we can do that. Just if you don't contact us by like 3 or 4 hours from now, we'll assume that you've completed your work and we'll dock it, attach the clamps again.
Fair enough. We'll give you
All right. Yeah.
What happened?
I thought Brian was saying something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I did too.
Mostly, I was just noting that I'm not particularly good at mechanics. So
I am
Yeah.
both the doctor. I
Yeah,
can heal flesh and machine.
I am not leading this actual repair. So good.
No, you're
I'm
just
holding
hauling the
thing.
big thing. That's
Yes,
what we have,
I'm-
fleshy.
You're the
It is.
face.
I would like to point out that I am for some reason stronger than the droid. So
Yes.
I'm holding the thing.
Let's go.
Yeah. that's
Okay,
that.
so this is the discussion you guys are having as you move towards the
Right.
the docking bay. During the brief interlude that we're going to take now to hand out experience and destiny points.
All right.
First off, you each get 10 XP,
Okay.
and if you turn to the next page of your character sheets, it says for the pre-builds, it gives you options for how to spend that 10 XP on the left-hand side of the once you go in there. And as long as the total XP of what you buy equals 10, you're good to go.
Oh, cool.
Can I also assume that I can use one of my repair kits to do the repairs on myself?
Yes, you certainly can.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Okay. I already see what I'm purchasing. So.
What's your negotiate, Brian?
Negotiate is actually fairly low. It's 1 rank, so that's 3. No, it's not 1 rank. Sorry, it's still 0 ranks.
Okay.
It's 3 green dice.
Okay. Well, I think what I'm going to buy up is I can buy my negotiation up for one of my picks up to 2 yellows. And then I am going to increase my surgery talent to do an additional wound.
That's
Nice.
excellent.
So those are my 2. They're both 5 points, so that's my 10 points.
Okay, I'm getting skilled jockey and bumping up my skullduggery skill.
Excellent.
Well, I can tell that I'm just going to have to be the big guns defending these two. So I think what I'm going to do is take point-blank talent. So if I hit a target at short range, I do more damage.
Ooh, nice.
And I'll take the quick draw talent. So it doesn't take me, basically takes me no action to draw
Ah, nice.
or
Yep, that's
holster.
handy
So,
one to have.
yeah, I don't have to use my maneuver to maneuver my weapon. So those are the 2 I'm going to do. They cost 5 each, and you said we had 10, right?
You have 10. Yep. Okay, and just so you guys know, this is basically I think it might be a little more than the halfway point through the adventure, but it's about
Okay.
halfway through the adventure. Like I said, it goes really fast
Okay.
when I ran it last. Before we
You
move
know,
on,
if it only takes
Yeah.
us an hour to finish the rest of it, we might do our post-mortem right after.
oh yeah, sure, I'm fine with that. And,
Also, I need to note that I am that I only have 100 credits currently. So.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I have 200.
Hey.
as soon as he said 200, I'm like, I'm going to look at Vex's character sheet, and then I laughed to myself. So, before we move on to the next section, we are going to introduce a new aspect of the game, which It didn't get used as much as I would have liked when I played it before, but
Okay.
it's very integral, and it's like fate points in other games that just don't get used as much as they should be. And this is the destiny pool. So first, before I get into describing how it works, I want everyone to roll the white die once,
Okay.
and let me know how many white pips or black pips you got.
1 black pip.
Oh, whoops. I forgot I had my blue die on there as well. I got 1 black pip.
And I got 1 black pip.
Oh, this is good for me.
Great.
Okay,
Man.
so what these are destiny points. Someone's going to have to keep Brian updated because he's not going to be able to affect them. So if he wants to spend a destiny point when he's able to, someone will have to click it for him. I probably can.
Thank
What
you.
destiny points do is you can spend them. Well, not right now because they're all dark side destiny points. But what happens is if they were light side destiny points, you could spend one to upgrade one of your rolls. So if you had 2 green dice and a yellow dice, and you spent a destiny point, you would roll 1 green dice and 2 yellow dice. You could upgrade a die from a green to a yellow. I then, in turn, could spend a black destiny dice in response to upgrade the difficulty from a purple to a red. Or if I'm going, I would use it to upgrade green dice. You would use it to upgrade the purple dice in my dice pool for the NPCs. Every time you spend one, you flip it over to the opposing side. So since right now it's 3 dark side destiny points, if I spent one, I would click on it and it would flip to light side, making it available for you guys to use. And it keeps going back and forth, basically keeping the balance of the force.
Okay. That's a neat mechanic.
And that's how destiny points work.
Yeah.
And it hardly ever got used in the campaign I ran before.
Okay.
Well, until I would use it on the PCs, and then they thought maybe they should start using it now and again. But
I have a feeling that's how this is going to go, just because of how we rolled. So.
right. But that's how destiny points work.
Okay.
And that's about it. So now the plan is, what do you guys want to do?
I'm following his lead on. I'm assisting him in whatever manner possible to get this part in.
We're heading over to the
Space dock.
space dock. Like we're supposed to be there.
I'm very much
Because-
keeping my eyes open for trouble.
Okay.
How bad does it look, Vix?
Looks. Well, we'll see.
All right. So you guys, as you guys start walking through the Masruda streets on the way to the space dock, and you're going through the market area, walking through the crowd. Suddenly, the crowd's thronging the streets of the settlement part, and you see a chilling sight. 3 soldiers in the white armor of the Empire's elite, stormtroopers. As you see them, you realize the lead trooper is pointing right at you. You hear his voice break through the crowd, sounding mechanical through his armor speakers. There they are, the stormtrooper says. Get them. As you turn to escape, you see a second group of 3 stormtroopers approaching down a side street. This could get tricky. Before we start this combat, being that we are all Star Wars fans, I need to throw something out there that is heavily contested in the Star Wars world, which I disagree with. And that thing that is heavily contested that I disagree with is that stormtroopers are really crappy shots and do bad at their jobs. They don't. In the Star Wars movie, they hit everything they need to hit except for the main characters, who are protected by the Force. Stormtroopers in Edge of the Empire are completely as BA as they are rumored to be in the Star Wars universe, even though we don't see it on screen in the movies.
Okay.
That is
I actually have a theory as to why we don't see it in the movies. I am of the opinion that you don't put your best marksman on a big spaceship. Which is why the ones that did a really good job are the ones they sent to Tatooine to murder all the people. So, is running an option, or is this do we? Because I like running. Running is good.
Running is an option, yes. Running is always an option.
All right. What do we roll for running exactly?
Let's see.
And we're
I'm
sure
piloting myself.
that they're pointing at us and not like somebody next to us.
Yes, it is pretty clear that they're pointing at you.
As curious
must be the
as I
droid they're
am
looking for.
about why they're chasing us.
Oh, and this is the first time we're going to use initiative, actually. Everyone needs to roll vigilance. No
Vigilance,
difficulty dice. Yep.
What's
Got it.
vigilance?
Vigilance is
Final
another
skill.
skill. That's
Oh, it's
basically
skill.
it.
Okay.
So no
Sam,
difficulty, just straight vigilance. Okay.
yep. Sam, if
Yeah.
your cool is higher, you can roll cool because you specifically said you're keeping an eye out. Vigilance is what's used if you're kind of caught by surprise. Cool is what's used if you've been kind of prepared for what's hitting.
It turns out my vigilance is actually better. I have a rank of 1, so I have a yellow die and a green die, whereas with cool I have 3 green dice.
Okay.
So I'm assuming that means vigilance is... I mean, the yellow die is better. Because the thing is that with the symbols, you can't just count on the size of the die to tell you
Right.
it's better. So
Right.
I'm assuming that...
The yellow dice is the only way that it is possible to get a triumph symbol, which is basically a critical success.
Okay.
And I think I don't remember if the offhand if the green ones have multiple symbols on one side, but I know the yellow one has like some that have 2 success symbols and whatnot. I don't know if the green dice have that.
The green one has the green one has one side has 2 successes, and
It
another
does.
one has a success and an advantage. Yes.
Okay.
Okay,
I
so-
got 2 successes and 1 advantage.
Okay.
And here's my roll. 3 successes and an advantage.
Nice.
Okay. And Lowell, is yours the 2 advantage?
That is mine.
Okay, so the order is going to go PC, PC, NPCs, PC.
Okay.
Actually, do I need to roll for them separately? I have to look this up real quick.
Specific people, do we get to choose the order like we did last time?
Yep. Initiative is always choose the order. I have to.
May I ask a mechanical question?
Yep.
Would we, in the time that we've been standing around, chatting with people, relaxing, that kind of thing, do we heal strain, or do we need to roll advantages to heal strain?
That is a good question, and yes, your strain would have gone away by now. Strain is also, strain goes away with like I think it's like 5 minutes of rest after a encounter.
Okay.
So
great.
you guys have had plenty of time to heal all of your strain off.
Okay.
Now, if we were to run, would we be using our athletics? Is that how that would work?
Yes. Athletics would be, I think, the go-to option for that. Yep.
Okay. And
Um,
are we close enough to the starport or the docks to tell whether the Blarmy stormtroopers are swarming them, or are they? Can we tell how many there are actually there? In other words, if we run away, will we be able to get around back to the docks, and can we tell that?
From where you are, you're not. You can't. If you look at the map that I'm sharing, I think I'm sharing it. Am I sharing it? No, I'm not sharing it.
All right, a second.
Sorry, I thought I had it shared.
That's okay.
Let me get it back up there. If you look at the map, you guys are pretty much right around the water tower. So
Okay.
you don't have any good line of sight on the landing bay at all right now.
But we would
We
be
still got
able
ways to run.
We could potentially juke south and come around that way.
Right. And so you know where the stormtroopers are. The stormtroopers, when you turned around, the second group of stormtroopers is coming in from the western alley, straight west of the water tower.
Okay.
If you see that there, the first
I see.
troop that you see had come right up the big southeast pass toward the Slag Works.
Okay. So we would
Okay.
have to go sort of juke north in that path, just sort of above, perpendicular and above, right?
Yep.
Right, our choices are north and northeast, it looks like. So,
Yeah, I was thinking northeast, because that'll still
Yeah.
get us closer to the landing bay.
Right.
also, I have a question. I'm assuming that I know this landing bay pretty well, having flown in and out of it.
Yes.
Does it have like a door we can close once we're in it? I mean, normal people couldn't, but could we somehow get our droid friend to talk to the computer and close the door on the way in or something? I'm just, if we run in there and the stormtroopers are still chasing us, is there a way to keep them out, or should we make sure they are not chasing us before we go in? Is what I'm saying.
You're probably not going to want
like
them
if we
behind
go
you
in and
after, as you go in, because even if you manage to get the door closed, you know that they're going to have the codes to get right in. And
okay, so
bust
we
the
need to
machine.
either
additionally, if Trex is on
lose
his
them or
right.
Okay, we got to lose them or dispatch them before we get to the landing bay. I got it. Okay. Yeah, I agree. Let's run northeast. And if it
Okay,
looks like
so
they're still really close to us, oh, that's damn part. So I've got at least one hand occupied.
all right. So again, so the initiative order, guys, is PC, the stormtroopers, then the last PC. So
Okay.
two of you are going to get to
Okay.
go, and then all the stormtroopers are going to get to go, and then the last PC is going to get to go.
In the I say we throw the ball to our best player if she's going to be shooting, and maybe let the Twi'lek go first again.
Well, I was thinking to let you two go, and you could use all of your actions to run to the spaceport, and I
then
can
you
use.
could shoot the crap out of them.
Then I could run to a better position, maybe down that alleyway, and then shoot them like fish in a barrel as they try to chase us.
I like that idea.
Do we really need to shoot the Imperials? Couldn't we just, like, knock down some material in front of them and block their way?
But it's going to take us maybe hours to install that equipment. So it's not like we're going to.
Okay, I need to clear this up for you guys too. I'm sorry, I should let you know this before you guys make too much more planning.
Okay.
The hyper matter reaction igniter, yeah, I think that's what it's called. HMRI, we'll call it. It is not needed to get the ship running. It's just needed to get the ship into hyperspace.
Oh, yeah. We can take off.
Okay, so we can take off as soon as we get to the. See, I was under the impression we had to.
So we can make the repair in space. Nice.
Yes.
Okay.
That was that. Thank you. That clears it up because I thought we had to. I thought we were going to have to hold them off for 45 minutes while the mechanic put the piece in.
Right.
Oh no! Well, in that case,
So since
we just need to slow them down enough to take off.
Right. Since our Twi'lek has graciously volunteered to kind of follow up behind and knock things down and impede their progress, I am going to run. I will take the first action.
Okay.
All right. So you're gonna take 2 maneuvers, I assume.
Yes.
All right.
And you guys can suffer 2 strain to take a 3rd maneuver and run, right?
No, that is not that you can. You can only do that if you take an action and a maneuver. You can never take more than 2 maneuvers in one round.
Okay.
Right.
Oh, I see. Hey, look, that's right under that next sentence.
Okay, so I could take 2 maneuvers and shoot randomly, but that's about it. Okay.
Right.
I run. What do I need to roll?
Why don't you give me? Let's see, where are you guys going up there?
Knowledge? I'd be glad to roll knowledge.
Technically, I'm piloting myself.
Lowell, why don't you give me an explanation for how knowledge is going to help you escape these idiots?
Because I am aware of how the setup of Imperial security is around here, and no, I can't. I'm a liar. I'm just going to run with athletics.
Oh, if you would have followed through with that, I would have allowed it. I'm okay with interesting use.
Justify this because this is a barren, squalid backwater.
Okay.
He understands the physics of speed and running on dirt and jumping.
All right, give me an athletics check. We'll go with 1 difficulty for now.
Okay. Gotta put that purple die in. Let's roll these. Look at that, a success and an advantage.
Wow.
Nice. Okay. So, you bolt northeast from the water tower. Ranges are a little bit wonky to tell on this thing, but let's see. You managed to get. You were about medium range from both of them and their various entrances and the alleys that they were in when you head northeast. So you managed to get from medium to long range. So basically, you get towards the end of that set of alleys northeast of the water tower with 2 maneuvers.
Nice.
So now, if you do end up trying to shoot at them, if they don't move closer to you, it's long range. So if you don't have a weapon that shoots long range, you can't hit them. Basically, second PC slot, who I assume is going to be Posh.
Yeah. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take 2 strain
Okay.
in order to take maneuvers, which is moving, and my action is actually going to be firing at the base of the water tower.
Nice.
All right.
So what do I need to roll for that? I'm guessing blaster.
Yeah, it's going to be blaster. You're short range from the water tower. Are you shooting before you run or after you run?
Huh.
Or I mean, you could. I could say you do it as you're running too, which is fine. So
Yeah.
either way, I'll call it short range. So it'll be one difficulty.
Okay. Okay. So just one purple die and my regular blaster roll.
Yeah.
Okay.
I also think it's a cool idea, so I'm going to let you roll a blue die too.
Holy crap. I got a triumph, and that's it. Triumph and 3 blank dice.
Did you roll a blue die too?
Oh, I did not. Hang on.
Just out of curiosity. Not that it matters. You got a triumph, so that's
Now I got a triumph and an advantage and 3 blank dice.
okay.
And now I have 2 strain.
Right. So Posh starts running towards the alley, stops for a moment, turns around, wildly blasts at the water tower, and perfectly hits basically the joint on all 4 feet of it. And the water tower just like tips over to the west, right directly blocking the alleyway that the one group of stormtroopers is in. They're going to have to fight their way past the water tower or go back and move around to get to you guys now. And then he bolts down the alley. So at the immediate moment, Sam, as Oscara, if you're going to do anything to the stormtroopers, only the stormtroopers to the southeast are an immediate threat. And now it is the stormtroopers' turn. You can't really see what the ones to the west are doing at this point, other than slowly trying to get away from water, right? But the ones to the southeast make their way a little bit more towards the center while watching out for any water that might turn around and come in their direction, and they take a shot at Oscara, who is at medium range, so it's going to be 2 difficulty. Which is green and 2 yellow. Okay. They hit for 10 minus whatever Oscara's soak is.
My soak is 4, so they hit for 6.
And what happened is these stormtroopers are what are called in Star Wars Edge of the Empire minions. And what it is I said it's 3 stormtroopers, but it's actually one group of 3 stormtroopers acting in unison, which is why they get to roll so many dice for attacks.
Oh, that makes sense.
What happens is
because
you take
one of
a
them,
single...
one or more is bound to hit. Right. Okay.
Right. Now, what happens is with stormtroopers, you take their total wounds for one stormtrooper, and then however many are in a group, you say that group has, like, for example, let's say a stormtrooper has 2 wounds. If there's 3 stormtroopers in a group, the group has 6 wounds. Every time you do 2 or more wounds, one of the stormtroopers drops, and their abilities drop respectively for each stormtrooper in the group. So even though there's 3 stormtroopers in the group, that one action was their whole round. So now we are down to Oscara's turn.
So I just got shot in the arm, and now I'm pissed. So let me ask you a question about this map. These 4 dots, these 4 small white dots.
Yes.
That are so the water tower. If you look at the water tower, there's like one of those dots to the northeast of it,
yep.
And then in a line, those 4. What are those 4 things?
You know, it doesn't say what they are. I'm assuming there's some sort of like small, like really dinky buildings or shops or some sort of
porta potty. Okay. Sounds perfect.
What do you think they are, Sam? That's what they are. We'll say.
I think they're little small, like little storage bins. Okay. And I was gonna push one out, like just this domed like storage thing. I don't know.
Yeah, that works.
Buildings all look bigger, so I don't know.
Right.
Yeah. So I was thinking to like try to knock one of those over and then run.
Okay.
But then I got hit for 6 damage, so now I'm really pissed. But I think I'm still going to do that, because I can be pissed on a ship in space, or I can be pissed in this shithole. So,
we love philosophy.
Yes. So I'm going to do that. So, athletics, I guess, to push that over and run, or?
Yeah, I'll call it. Well. No, I'm not even going to make you make a roll for it. I'm okay with it just getting kicked over. But that would be an action. So if you're going to spend 2 maneuvers to catch up to the others, you will have to spend 2 strain to get there.
Yeah, I'll do that because I don't have any strain, so I will. Okay. I'm getting pretty raggedy, guys. I've got 2 damage left, and I've got 2 strain, so...
Okay, get cockpit. I can get us out of here.
All right, so yeah, Oscara kicks over the storage container and then to block the way a little bit, and then bolts down the alleyway, catching up to the two of you.
Okay.
And then we are moving to the top of the next round, which again is one of you guys.
Then, and since this is just another encounter, right?
The next round in the same encounter.
Yeah, but I'm saying from the first scene, right? This is a second encounter.
Oh,
Or-
yep.
Okay. Then I'm going to take an action, and then I'm going to run twice. And the action is, again, to jab Ascara with a healing needle.
I'm feeling a pattern.
Yes.
Also, I'm really glad we brought the droid.
Yes, me too.
So I
Yeah.
roll two
Ashley
yellow.
played the doctor in our game, and it was like possibly the most useful character in the campaign.
Two yellow, two green, and because he's below half, I also roll two of the purple dice
Okay.
for my attempt. I took the surgeon talent, so I will recover him an additional wound in addition to what I roll on successes here.
Nice.
This should be good.
Ooh,
So-
holy cow.
That's going to be 4 recoveries for you. Let me make sure of that.
What does the triumph do for you?
You've grown an extra arm.
All right. I drew an extra tentacle
yes.
coming out of my head.
Well, first you recover 4 wounds, 3 strain, and what does the triumph do?
I don't know what it does for healing because it doesn't really talk about that in here. What I'm
Okay.
going to say is GM Fiat it, and I'll just let it heal him back to full.
That seems
That makes sense.
Holy
happy with
cow.
that.
Awesome.
You basically overcharged the stim pack or the med pack or whatever you did.
Yeah.
You are good.
And then I run.
That anesthesia was perfect. Thank you.
You clocked to the med kit.
All right, and distance-wise, where you managed to get just based off of where I started you guys out with 2 maneuvers is those 2 dots or storage containers to the west of the landing bay Auric. You're pretty much right behind the southwestern one.
Okay.
Is where you get with your second maneuver.
Okay, and where's the entrance to the landing bay?
The entrance to the landing bay is, I think it's where the dome is in the northwest, but it might.
Okay.
It doesn't-
Let's say that.
That seems logical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking the southwestern part.
Let me look at my map here real quick of the actual ship because that might say where the entrance is. Control room, landing bay. It is the southwest. It's the southwest thing.
I got it.
out there.
It sure is. Okay. Okay. Am I next?
Yeah.
One of you two is next, Oscara or Posh.
Go ahead.
Okay. Is there anything to shoot at that I can see?
Not immediately.
Okay. In that case, it's just 2 to run. So do I want athletics for that?
If you're just gonna run, nope, you don't have to roll anything.
Okay. I'm just running for the door.
All right. So you, with the 2 maneuvers, you're gonna get to where 41 Vex got, which is that southwestern storage container thing, just northwest of the door. And then it is the NPC's turn. You hear a commotion coming back by the water tower, but you don't see them immediately following you. And it is Oscar's turn.
Since I don't see them, I'm going to go ahead and do 2 maneuvers to catch up to these other guys. So.
Okay.
And I draw my weapon as an incidental action.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to say that you managed to distract them enough that you have a second to breathe, and you're essentially out of the encounter for the moment.
Right.
And at the moment, a large pourstone hangar looms before you, an enormous letter Auric stenciled onto the building side. As you approach, you can see through the open hangar doors to the cavernous interior, where a rusty-looking light freighter rests with its loading ramp deployed. All you got to do is get to that ship, and you can leave Tatooine. 2 equally rusty security droids stand outside the entrance. If you want that ship, first you're going to have to get by them.
What a hunk of junk.
Yeah, but I hear it makes the Kessel run in 13 parsecs.
I meant the droids.
I've flown worse. My skullduggery has recently gotten better. But is this skullduggery or deceit? I'm honestly I'm trying exactly the same. This is I'm trying the same story that's worked twice. Can I give it another shot?
Okay.
Actually a good question. What's the difference between skullduggery and
So
deceit?
skullduggery is
Skullduggery is basically picking locks, thieves type stuff.
Ah, got it.
That's
Okay.
good that I just got good at that. But I'm going to, in that case, do the. I'm not going to. Yeah, I'm trying the deceit. I'm trying the repair story on the droids.
All right. I'm not. I don't have to make you make a roll. They just asked to see the HMRI.
Okay, and if nothing else, they can check back with the control center to verify.
And as you walk through into the bay, they radio someone, and you see a Trandoshan coming out of the ship as you walk towards as you start boarding the starship. He walks to the entrance as you go up the ramp, and he greets you. He says, "Ah, hello. You are here
he's
to
coming out of the
install
ship?
the HMRI on my ship."
yes, I'm here to install beep beep engineering robot.
All right. This is where the deceit roll will come in.
Yes, it is.
So
how about I roll
talk
that
to him.
one?
Yes.
The deceit difficulty will be 2 purple and a red.
Okay.
Ow.
I make beeping
It's like,
sounds.
yeah, we got to get this thing. Here you got a bad. What was that? My robot.
Oh
now?
yeah, transistor. There then.
Bird.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just curious. This bucket of bolts does all the work, if you know what I'm saying, and he gets paid twice what I do. Doing some math here. Hang on. Canceling things out. Okay. That amounts to 3 successes.
3 successes.
I had a whole bunch of failures and threat advantages and stuff that. I'm sorry. 3 successes, 1 threat.
3 successes. Okay, so you're like, oh god, I got to tell the stupid story again. This is stressing me out, man. And you take a strain from it, but you do weave the tale, and you manage to convince him about it. But you convince him that you're so good at it that right now he says, "All right, yes, it's right down there around the corner. I'll come show you. I want to watch you do it anyway."
Ugh.
Beep beep.
The droid doesn't like to be observed while he works.
He doesn't even want us to watch.
I'm his bodyguard. I make sure nobody steals the best repair droid on base.
Trade secrets. Beep beep.
So you two are going to come have a drink with me then?
No, my job is to guard the droid.
No, you go have drink. I go put this in.
The best mechanic droid on base.
My job is to hand him the tools and the parts. It's a whole division of labor thing. It's union.
What were your total successes again, Brian?
3.
3. All right, I'll just call this part of the same deceit roll. You got quite a few successes.
Fair enough. Okay.
I'm already moving.
Let my droids know when you're done. They'll call me back to the ship.
Sure.
And then he decides to leave and walks down the dock.
You'll have time for a space teeny. We'll be back.
Tell him Timo the Hutt sent you.
Yeah.
All right, so he leaves, and you watch him walk out of the docking bay.
We run.
Man. Yes. We fast walk. We do that fast walk thing you do when you don't want anybody to notice you're going fast. Yeah, that's us.
I sit in the cockpit as soon as I can.
Yeah. And we're shutting the bay door.
Okay.
Also, just for the record, keeping an eye out for any other, living beings or droids who might be on the ship.
Or the Imperials that are chasing us.
Yeah, I searched the ship to make sure there's no other living things on there that might cause us problems.
Okay, there is
I
nothing
searched
else
the
on the
ship
ship.
only like as much as I can see while sprinting to the cockpit. I do take the time to carefully place the part on something, but beyond that, I get the hell into the cockpit.
All right, and then you start her up.
Is there a gunnery bay or something I could sit in?
There is, yes.
I'll go there.
All right. The crate Fang thrums around you as its engines power up, lifting through the hangar bay doors and into the bright sunlight of the Tatooine sky. Sue and Mastretta vanishes behind you, although you do see a group of stormtroopers blasting futilely at your ship as you take off. As you race out over the dune sea and climb towards outer space.
With that little anti-personnel thing?
Can I shoot him?
No, that was more flavor than anything else.
Ah, darn.
Suddenly,
That's why I sat in the gunnery hatch.
you're okay, Sam, because suddenly an alert klaxon blares.
Oh,
As you leave
great.
Tatooine's atmosphere, several spherical starfighters with distinctive
No!
hexagonal wing assemblies appear on the ship's scanners.
I don't want to
Screaming
shoot
and
them. I wanted to
intercepting.
shoot the stormtroopers.
You're going to get
TIE
to shoot
fighters.
stormtroopers. Maybe it's a different set of them.
The starfighters shoot past, laser cannons blazing, and sparks fly from a console in the cockpit. You've been hit. You're not clear of the planet's gravity well yet, and you can't jump to light speed without the hyperspace reactor igniter installed. You're going to have to deal with these TIE fighters first.
Vex,
I will
attach
run.
that thing to the other thing.
Yes, yes, yes. Beep, beep. Trade secret. Running down there.
You can knock that off now. We're good.
Fair enough. Fair enough, Fleshy.
Okay, Brian,
Yeah,
you have the beginner game, right?
I do.
Okay, and Sam, you do too?
Yeah.
If you flip to page 26 of the adventure book, and try not to look at all the stats, the Crate Fang stats are on the bottom of that sidebar.
Okay.
Try not to look at all the stats. I don't even really know what they are anyway.
Not that it really matters, I suppose, but
No, but it's good to know what the stats are.
Right. oh no, I
This
mean not
page?
that it matters that you can see the TIE Fighter stats or not,
Yeah.
because you're gonna
That's
know
a
what
good
they
point.
are as soon as they start rolling anyway.
Yeah, good point.
Okay.
What's the page?
Page 26, at the bottom of that blue sidebar is the Crate Fang stats.
Got it. Okay.
And now I'm going to do a brief rundown.
Blue. Does that look blue to you?
Well,
No, no, don't go
no,
there.
don't you dare, Sam.
No, I'm seriously. It looks gray to me.
It's gray. It is grayish.
Okay.
When I held it up,
Let's move on.
It looked more gray.
Okay.
I was terrified for a
I
second.
posted
wasn't-
something
I
on my
wasn't-
Facebook
I wasn't-
of Samuel Jackson
Yeah.
pointing a gun at the screen from
No.
Pulp Fiction.
Sorry.
That said, if you ask me what color it is one more time,
No, I just thought maybe if you had a different printing or
Oh,
something. it would
right.
be-
no, it was just the lighting in here. When I held it up
Okay.
more direct light, it looked more gray.
That's the scientific principle behind the whole thing, anyway.
Yeah, I just wanted to slap everybody. Hello, neurobiologist. It's your brain. Jesus. Anyway. Okay, so I
Okay.
got the stats.
Okay, and I'm going to do a brief rundown of stuff here for the people who may be watching or listening, and then for your guys' edification as well. If you look at the stats of the Crate Fang, Lowell, I'm sorry, I didn't think about this, so I didn't send you the stats, because I totally forgot about the ship. The silhouette is the size of the vessel. 1 is person size, 10 is the Death Star. The Crate Fang is a 4. It's a YT-1300 light freighter. Speed is the speed of the vessel. Handling is, if it's a positive number, that's how many boost dice are added to any pilot check made to steer the vehicle. If it's a negative number, that's how many setback dice you add to the pilot checks instead. So the handling of the Crate Fang is a -1. So, or Brian, anytime you're making a piloting check, you have to add 1 black die.
Except I'm a skilled jockey.
Oh, so you get to ignore that?
Woohoo! I get to take. Yeah,
Nice.
I get to remove 1 setback die.
Perfect.
Sweet.
Defense is the number of setback dice that are added to attacks against the ship thanks to its deflector shields. So it's defense 1. So anyone attacking the ship has to add 1 black die to its pool. Armor is soak before a ship. The hull trauma threshold is basically the wounds for a ship, and the system strain threshold is strain for a ship.
Okay.
And yeah, that's about it. Now this combat, they give a different couple options for what people can do. In the combat, if you guys come up with other stuff, you can. But I'm going to do a brief rundown of this. That's page 27 of the book. Lowell, I'm assuming you're going to end up at the engineer position, but I'm going to go down the whole thing for people.
Yeah.
The gunner, as an action, can attack with a starship weapon, and as a maneuver, can aim. An engineer can do a damage control. What that means is you can attempt to repair either hull trauma or system strain suffered by the ship. You have to pass a mechanics check. The difficulty is easy if the ship hasn't suffered damage, average if the ship is damaged. On a successful check, one point of system strain or hull trauma is repaired. Or you can, as an action, you can install the HMRI. The ship can't jump to light speed until the HMRI has been installed. You can make an average mechanics check, so 2 difficulty dice. Once the HMRI is installed, it takes 6 rounds until after the reactor is installed to boot up to enable you to jump to light speed. Each success when installing it beyond the first reduces the time by 1 round to a minimum of 2. When you make a mechanics check. Pilot can gain the advantage as an action. That lets you... you can choose another ship and make a pilot check. If you're successful, you have advantage over the enemy ship, and everyone on the pilot's ship ignores the penalties associated with evasive maneuvers, which is the next one down. The pilot sends the ship on an erratic course that makes it hard to predict his movements. When a ship using evasive maneuvers is attacked, the difficulty of the attack is upgraded. So if a ship takes evasive maneuvers on you, but you have gained the advantage on it, it doesn't get the benefits of evasive maneuvers, basically. And then you can stay on target.
Okay.
Which lets you keep steady and follow a predictable path, essentially. Yeah, that's about it. If you guys come up with other stuff to do, you can, but that's the basics of what they put in the starter set for Starship. Cool. So first thing we're going to do is roll initiative.
Okay, and that's vigilance.
Which would be vigilance, yeah.
Okay.
I think we decided you have the best one of those, right, Brian?
Well, everyone's going to roll. It determines when you get to go.
We each roll?
Oh.
Okay.
Yep, you each roll.
1 success, 2 advantages.
All right. Where's my guys?
2 advantages for me.
Can someone tell me real quick if it says what ability vigilance uses?
Will.
Will, thank you. Because they don't have a vigilance score in here for the TIE Fighter guys. 2.
I think that means they don't get to go. They're just going to fly around us.
Okay. Brian, what did you say you got?
1 success, 2 advantages.
1 success, 2 advantages. Okay. So it goes NPC, PC, NPC, PC, PC. Okay, so one of the there's 2 TIE Fighters.
Okay.
One of the TIE Fighters goes, then one of you guys go, then the other TIE Fighter goes, then the other 2 of you go.
Oh, there's only 2 of them? Okay.
Yeah, there's only 2 TIE Fighters. If we had someone playing the 4th character, there would be 3 TIE Fighters.
Okay.
Or I'm sorry, 4 TIE Fighters, not 3 TIE Fighters. The TIE Fighter, first TIE Fighter is going to take a shot at you guys. Where is Gunnery?
I'm forced to agree with the logic of that.
This really needs sound effects.
Oh, it does!
Oh, next time I run a game, I should get a sound effects soundboard for this. That's a good idea. Then a setback die. Your defense. Doesn't. Oh, here's attacking. Average. Average check. Okay. 1, 2. Oh. All right. So the first tie spins around, and you see a little piece come loose and go flying off from the thread. It takes a little bit of system strain, but it pops off a shot for. Where's the damage? 8 minus the armor, so 5 trauma, 5 hull trauma.
Okay.
Okay.
If someone wants to keep track of that for the crate
I
thing.
got it. 22.
You got it? Okay.
I got it. 22 minus
And now-
5.
Yep,
So we're
now
down to
it's one of you
17.
guys.
Yep.
Should I go first in an attempt to do some evasive action?
Yeah, do it.
Okay. So I'm guessing it's a piloting role to perform evasive maneuvers.
Let's see.
Oh, evasive maneuvers is a maneuver.
Yeah, it is a maneuver. That's not an action. Yep.
So I can take an action and
evasive
do
maneuvers.
the
Yes.
maneuver. In that case, I'm going to try to gain edge on whichever one looks you would want to most, and then I will also use them to do the evasive maneuvers.
Okay.
So piloting roll for gain the advantage, I'm guessing.
Yes, and it's difficulty 3. And I was wrong about gain the advantage. Well, how gain the advantage works. I apologize. What gain the advantage works is for evasive maneuvers, everyone the ships have that difficulty to hit you, but you have that difficulty to hit ships as well because you're evasive maneuvering. Unless you're gaining advantage, the ship you're gaining advantage on, you do not have a penalty to hit because you're keeping an advantage on it.
Okay. All right, so it's just my piloting roll with 3 dice, right?
Except I'm going to spend a destiny point to upgrade one of the 3 purple dice to a red die.
Okay.
Because
so now it's 2 reds,
we haven't used it yet.
sorry, 2 purples, 1 red, 2 yellows,
Yep.
1 green. Gotcha. All right, let's hope we do a thing here. Okay. Cancels that out. That's 4 successes, 2 threats.
4 success. Okay, so you guys take 2 system strain to your ship,
Okay.
and then
So
you
is
said
that
4
okay? So that's just strain for a.
What's that? I'm sorry.
That's strain, but for a ship, right?
Yes, but strain, but for a ship, right?
So 2 system strain.
Okay.
Okay, so we're down to 12 on that. Okay.
Okay, perfect. Okay,
Okay.
so you went, and then who were you getting the advantage on, just out of curiosity?
Let's just do the one that shot at us.
The one that shot at you first? Okay.
So we're trying to get around on him, and then my maneuver is to make us is to do the evasive maneuvers.
That sounds good. The second
So
ship
we're harder
is
to hit.
going to... All right, the second ship is going to stay on target. And fire, I think. Yeah, it's going to stay on target and shoot at you guys.
So what I want to know, I'm saying very calmly as these TIE fighters are flying around us, what in the hell does the Empire want with us?
I have also asked myself this question.
Oh.
Oh,
Holy
boo.
cow.
Okay,
Ooh.
so the
What
second
does
ship,
that mean?
it means it got a critical hit on you.
Ooh.
But it also has a bad thing, right?
The bad thing is the threat is a threat, so that it takes
Let's-
1 system strain.
That's strain on the TIE fighter.
Okay.
Let's see. So for the beginner set, the critical injury table is very simplistic. First critical injury is immediately suffer 2 additional strain, no ongoing effect. Okay.
Oh.
So
Okay,
you take
that's
2
not-
strain in addition to the 6 damage
Ouch.
minus your 3 damage. 3 damage
so
after
3
after your
damage.
armor.
Okay.
Okay, got it. So
Okay,
we
that'd be
are
rough.
we are at hull trauma of 14 out of 22 and system strain of 10 out of 14.
And then we have the other 2 PCs remaining to go before the top of the round.
Lowell,
Okay.
do you want
Hey,
to try
Ascara,
to,
how are you at shooting ships?
Well, now they've made me mad, and I'm wondering why they're coming after us. So I'm pretty good at it, I hope.
Okay, so to let you guys know before we get going here, you guys have the evasive maneuver against the first ship that shot at you guys. You don't take the penalties for evasive maneuvers.
Okay.
Against the second ship, you do. However, the second ship is stay on target, which is the opposite of evasive maneuvers. So it gets a bonus to hit you, but you also get a bonus to hit it because it's flying a predictable path. So while you have to if to hit that one, while you have to upgrade a purple die to a red die, you also get to upgrade one of your green die to a yellow die.
Wow.
Okay, so if I were to use my gunnery skill to... I can aim and then shoot, right?
Right. Yep. You can spend a maneuver to aim and then another one to shoot. Yes.
Okay, and so I would roll a blue die because I aimed.
Wait, but you already went this round, right?
No.
No.
The only one that went was Brian.
Right.
Oh.
Right.
Okay. Right. Okay. Yep. You're right.
Yep, I've just been flying.
I don't know what I was thinking.
So I would roll a blue die, and then I would roll my gunnery skill, which is normally 4 green dice, but you said I get to upgrade it to a yellow if I shoot the guy on the good path.
Right. But you
And
also have
also
to upgrade
in a
one of the
red.
purple to a red.
So how many purple is it?
It would be one purple. It'd be one purple and one red if you shoot at the one that's staying on target on you. But you get to upgrade a green die to a yellow die. If you shot at the other ship that you guys have gained the advantage on, you would just have 2 purple as your difficulty, but your gunnery skill would be normal.
Okay, so my gunnery skill is 4 green. So I would upgrade one of those to a yellow.
Yep.
And I would get another yellow because it's a stay on target. Or no, that's the yellow I get.
That's the yellow you get for the stay on target, yes.
And 2
Don't forget
purple.
there's a Forces of the Destiny point up there too, just saying.
Or 1 purple and 1 red. So 3 green, 1 yellow, 1 purple, 1 red, and 1 blue.
Right.
Wow.
If you go against the one who's basically on your tail.
Yeah. And what would it be if I went against the other one?
If you went against the other one, it would be 2 purple, and then whatever your gunnery skill is, the 4 green, and then the 1 blue from aiming.
4 green, 2 purple, and 1
So
blue.
basically, you'll have a higher chance of getting a critical success with the other one, but you also have a higher chance of getting a critical failure.
Yeah. Oh well.
So let me not shoot at the one that's due. Well, the stay on target has a better chance of hitting us, though. That's why I wanted to take him out.
Yeah.
Good point.
So I'm going to take the chance and I'm going to shoot at him. And so what would the destiny point do for me?
Destiny point would upgrade another one of your green dice to a yellow die.
Oh.
So it'd be 2 green and 2 yellow.
Would it help the mechanic fix anything faster or do anything faster?
Any mechanics rolls he had to make, you could spend it to upgrade his mechanics, one of his green dice to a yellow die.
And
But
the
it
more
wouldn't,
successes.
It wouldn't the more successes, the faster that'll be?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so I'm not going to use the destiny point because I think our mechanic might need to use it.
Okay.
So I'm going to roll the attack. All right.
Hey!
Wow. 1
Look at
success,
that.
4 advantages.
Nice.
Wow.
All right. It doesn't explicitly say in here, but I'm going to assume that you can heal system strain the same way that you heal regular strain.
Oh, that does make sense.
By going easy on the throttle or something. So
Actually, it does. It says system strain cannot be recovered by rolling advantage on checks.
Oh, it's right there. Never mind.
So it does.
Oh, damn, same team. I mean, it doesn't say it at all. It doesn't say it at all.
Look at that. Thanks, Sam. You're such a good GM.
It says advantages mean that the hyperdrive suddenly works.
Yes.
All right. You have a lot of advantage, so I mean, you're going to get the success on the 1 success on the repairs.
Okay.
How would you like to treat the advantages? Actually, what's the?
Well, I didn't do the repair, right? I'm shooting at him.
Yeah. He's shooting.
Holy cow! You guys, right? You have a shooting. That's what I meant. Your critical for your weapon is 1 advantage. Oh, it's linked. You can spend 1 advantage to let this weapon hit. Oh, that's the tie. Haha, I lied.
Well,
Never mind. Hey, the tie gets to do that. That's pretty sweet.
so what do we do for our critical on it?
It doesn't. Dorsal. Well, they gotta have a critical thing, but it doesn't say.
Yeah, does it
I'm
have it
gonna
in the
say
rule book?
it doesn't have it in the rule book.
Well, I mean, not in the
mhm.
spot I'm looking in. I'm
Okay.
not seeing it either.
3. I'm gonna say it's gonna be treated the same as with the tie weapon, which is let's see. Oh, it doesn't have one either. Maybe they don't have critical hits with the ships because the tie doesn't have a critical either. It just has linked weapons. So you don't get to do a critical, but you can give yourself some sort of advantage, Lowell, by spending your advantage.
So, well, what?
Or
So,
Lowell,
right,
I'm sorry, Sam.
Sorry.
I don't like keep saying Lowell.
So what? So I got 1 success, so I hit him. So I'm assuming it does. Let's see, damage 6. So it does 6 damage, except for they have a soak or they have armor.
They do have a soak. Is that 6 damage? Plus
It just
the
says
success?
it just says skill, gunnery, range, close, damage 6. That's all it says.
Okay, so it's gonna be 6 plus the 1 success, so it's 7 minus their soak.
What 1 success though? I rolled 4 advantages.
And a success.
I don't understand how what's happening. So I rolled 1 success, 4
Right.
advantages, right?
For damage, you always add the successes to your damage.
Oh, I see. Okay, so that's going to do 7 damage then.
So it's 7 damage minus their soak, right?
Right.
Could we translate some of those advantages into getting past armor, like he hits them in a vulnerable position to reduce their soak?
You got 4 advantages. I would let you do that for 1 round.
I mean, I'm just wondering. I'm sure that probably the main book says something more, but like, what good or advantages?
I'm trying to separate my main core rules knowledge from the beginner game because it's supposed to be more simplistic. But I would say that with how many advantages you got, I would allow you to spend the advantage to give yourself you could give yourself an additional boost die on your next attack in addition to your normal aiming, or you could say you hit it in a vulnerable spot and knock its soak down by 1 for the next round.
I'll take the additional boost die.
Okay.
So then we're gonna do 7 damage, and their whole trauma is 6, but they have an armor of 2, so they've got 1 whole trauma left.
Right.
Or let's see, we do 7, so we're doing 5, and there's so they have 1, so that guy is hobbled.
One of the ties is about down. Yes.
Okay. Good.
And it is to Lowell and
Here
41 Vex.
Is 41 Vex dashes as his steely legs can carry him back into engineering, starts tearing open consoles, and starts the process of putting this in. Here is my engineering roll with 2 purple dice.
And it's going to be 2. Yep. Okay.
This is me now spending a destiny point and changing one of those green dice to a yellow die. So this is 2 yellow, 2 green, 2 purple. Here we go. 1 success.
1 success.
Wow.
Oh. And it is each successful beyond the first. So you managed to get it installed. But it's going to take 6 rounds before the reactor's ready to go.
Oh.
Can I spend time to speed that up with more actions?
Let's see. I will allow it.
Okay, so I'll stay here trying to speed that process up on the following rounds.
Okay, and then we are to the top of the next round where the first TIE fighter gets to go, and that is the one that you have the advantage on and evasive maneuvers against. So he is going to, let's see. That one is also going to fire at you, but he's not going to stay on target. I am, however, going to spend a destiny point. So it's 1 green, 2 yellow, 2 purple, and a black. I got 1 success, so the Crate Fang takes 7 damage minus the 3, so 4 damage. 4 hull trauma.
Okay.
And then it will be the first PC's round.
Piloting again.
Unless you want me to shoot, and then depending on how well I shoot.
You know what? I like the sound of that. Yeah. Let's do some shooting and then piloting.
Well, they'll get to go right. The second one gets to go right after the first PC. So if I don't take him out, he's going to get to attack.
Yeah, take your shot.
Either way, it's going to get to attack because remember the NPC slots are for any of the NPCs. So whichever one you take out, the other one is still going to get to go.
But one of them is already fired. So
that was last round. Oh yeah, right. This round, right? If you take out the one that
hasn't fired this round,
right?
Yeah. So the one that hasn't fired was the one that was staying on target. So he's the easier one to hit anyway, and the one that I damaged last time.
Yeah, the one that you super damaged last time is the one that hasn't gone yet.
Okay, let's do him again. And we did not do the evasive maneuvers ended, right? Because it's a new round and we haven't done movement, or how does that work?
Right. Yeah, evasive maneuvers goes until the beginning of the next round. So the evasive maneuvers is off.
Okay. So I'm going to aim, so I get 1 blue die. Plus I'm carrying that success over, that advantage over from the last one. So I'm going to get 2 blue dice, and he is still doing the stay on target thing, or no?
He is. So
I get.
So you get to upgrade a green die
Right.
to another one.
And so how many purple and red do I have then? 'Cause
It
we
would
have not-
it would just be 2 purple.
2 purple, okay.
Yep. And then yeah, it says it goes until the beginning of the next round, but I just treat it. I assume it's the beginning of that character's
right.
next round. So
Okay. Okay, so I'm rolling 3 green, 1 yellow, 2 blue, and 2 purple. And let's see what I get.
Oh my
2
crap.
successes and 6 advantage.
I just found the critical for laser cannon, and the critical hit threshold is 3.
okay. Well, I don't think it's.
3 of the rule book, but
I think it's a moot point though because I'm pretty sure the
Yes.
successes are enough to blow up the TIE fighter.
I think you're right. I just wanted to point out I did dig it out.
Yeah. So you're not going to
Either
be able
way,
to spend it
yeah.
on a critical SAM, but you can use that advantage to do something else kind of super cool because that's a lot of advantage. So
Yeah.
So he's going to be taken out, right?
yeah, that TIE explodes and completely silent shower.
You shoot him just as he's passing by his the other TIE fighter, such that you overload his optics for the next round.
There you go. Yeah.
He has to fly through the explosion. Yeah.
With how many advantage you got, I'm okay with that.
Okay, I'm good with that too. That sounds good.
All right, and so now
Hello,
it
I'm
is.
Brenda.
It would be an NPC's turn, but the only NPC left already went, so the last 2 PCs can go.
Nice.
You want to do some flying now?
Yeah.
Okay.
might as well.
Let's see. So what are we looking at here? Evasive maneuver. I was going to do exactly what I did last time. I will evasive maneuverize that other ship as my maneuver, and I will attempt to gain the advantage on the remaining TIE fighter.
Okay.
So what's my difficulty on that?
The difficulty for the gaining advantage is three purple.
Got it. Okay.
I'm gonna spend a destiny point to upgrade it to 2 purple and 1 red though.
Okay, fair enough. And let me make sure I'm rolling the right number of dice here. Pilot. Yes, I am. Okay. Okay, let's try it. Okay, gain the advantage roll is cancel. One threat. Everything else canceled out.
Okay, so you
So
are
I
basically
strained the ship for nothing. Yeah.
but the ship takes 1 strain and you don't manage to gain the advantage on the tie. Probably because you can't see it behind the massive explosion of the other ship that it is.
There you go.
That's the problem with those ion engines. They blow up really big.
And we are to 41 Vex, who is muted, FYI.
41 Vex desperately tries to screw the hyperspace regulator in more tightly. I will use. Now you've given us 2 destiny points, so I'm going to eat another one of those.
Okay. And for those watching, I'm assuming you guys have guessed already, but for those watching, you can only spend 1 destiny per person per round.
Oh, okay. Here we go. What the
Ouch.
what?
Ouch.
So you're bringing your hydro spanner back to bang on it a little bit, and you throw out one of the joints in your shoulder and take one.
Next round, I'm just going to
My
start.
bursitis.
Yes.
My droid.
My
sighted.
robo-persitis.
My space
Space
bursitis.
rheumatism.
We should have brought the
Next
Wookiee.
round, I'll just be plotting the hyperspace jump. So
Wow.
I lean forward. It looks like the system's fixed, sir.
That's outstanding, Vex. Maybe get on damage control.
All right. Top of the next round, the last TIE fighter is going to attempt to take you down. I was debating having it run, but I don't think the result for an Imperial TIE fighter running from a fight is any better than getting blown up. So I'm just going to have him keep fighting.
Sounds good.
That's a good point.
I will note, though, that the pilot crapped his pants. So there you
Yes. Yes. Okay.
So currently, fellows, we are at hull trauma of 10 out of 22 and system strain of 9 out of 14.
Yikes.
So what I'm going to treat your advantage as what you did is I'm going to give him an additional setback die, a black die, plus the one he already has. But I'm also going to downgrade his yellow and his gunnery skill to. Well, actually, yeah, as there's only one left, so I'm going to downgrade it to just greens instead of having yellow in there.
Okay.
Okay.
And I got the 2 difficulty, so this is not going to probably turn out very well.
For him.
Oh,
Wow.
What?
wait, why is there yellow on it?
What?
Let's try that again. I thought I pulled the yellow out. I apparently did not.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
He added one instead of taking away.
Okay.
Okay, so he still hits.
Wow.
But he takes
He
2
just-
system strain.
Yeah, he strained the hell out of his TIE fighter. Okay.
Yes.
That's what happens when you crap your pants.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for 5 damage, 5 hull damage.
Minus
yeah.
our 3 armor gives
No,
us.
that's
2.
after the minus. Sorry.
Oh, that's after the minus.
Yep,
Sorry.
that's
Okay.
after the minus 3.
So we're down to 5 out of 22.
Can Vex maybe
We have to take
fix
this
that?
guy out.
Yep.
And you guys all get to go now.
Do you want me to shoot first? See if we can get
Yes.
rid of him. Okay,
I'm a big fan of shooting first.
So I'm going to aim. So I'll get 1 blue die, and I'm going to. We did not. He's not staying on target, so I don't have a yellow die. But I am going to. I'm going to use that destiny to turn one of my green dice into a yellow. How's that?
Okay.
Is that
Oh,
right?
nice. I like it.
Okay. Whoops.
Oop.
Oh, how did I add?
Oh, you just click on the.
Just click on it. Okay, there it goes. Okay, so I used 1, so I've got 3 green, 1 yellow, 1 blue, and 2 purple. Do I need a red in there?
No.
Okay. All right. Come on, dice gods.
Oh.
Ow. What's that? 1 failure and
Yeah.
4 advantages.
And 4 advantages.
I failed really well, guys. I was
So you missed
striking
the
a
ship, but
pose.
how do you use your gunnery blast to or your blast to reposition the TIE fighter into a more advantageous position for you?
You could
I-
shoot
I
him in
missed-
a place that sort of hems him in.
I missed his ship, but I hit some of the debris behind him from the other TIE fighter, and it made him shift over into a better position for us and worse for him.
All right, so we'll since there's 4, I'll say that you add a blue to your next attack, and
All right.
I'll give him an extra setback to his next attack.
Good.
2 advantage
Good.
for each. So, so next, either 41 Vex or Posh.
Can Vex try to fix some of our hull damage? Is that an option?
Yes. Damage control. That would be a mechanics check,
Okay.
which is 2 difficulty.
All right. Let me go ahead and try to do that then. Plus, minus 2 difficulty. Well, that was better.
Wow. Nice.
4 success, 2 advantage.
Okay. Wow. Okay, so damage control on a ship is much different than healing a person. You only get 1 point of system strain or hull drama back, so you get to choose which.
Wow. It's such a great roll, even. Damn.
How about
I'll
hull?
let you do one of each,
Okay.
Oh,
we'll
okay.
do one of each then.
just because I do like the amount of successes you got.
That was a lot.
Okay, so I will note that we are back up to 6 hull and 10 strain.
Okay.
And last but not least, we have Posh.
Okay, I'm doing the same thing I did before. Evasive maneuvers for my maneuver and trying to gain the advantage as my action.
All right.
Oh, that's much better. Hang on. Cancel. Well, it's somewhat better. It ends up being 1 success, 1 strain, and 1 triumph.
Success, a strain, and a triumph. Okay.
It would have been 3 successes, but it got some stupid failures. So.
All right. So take 1 system strain as you pilot the ship.
Okay.
And then I'm going to say that you succeed at gain the advantage, but with the triumph is going to let you do something cool that is going to benefit you guys next round. You just got to decide
Okay.
what it is, Brian. So I don't know what you want to do with that.
Okay, I have an idea. Unless, of course, Ascara blows him up.
Okay. Top of the next round, the ship is going to attempt to attack you guys. There.
And he has a setback die, right?
Yes, he has a setback die. He actually has 2 setback dice, one from your guys' defense and one from last round.
Right.
From Sam's attack. Man, I'm rolling. Okay, well, I'm rolling good and bad. He takes 1 strain and does 4 damage.
Is that counting our armor or before?
That is counting armor, yes.
Okay. Whew. We are down to 2, you guys.
And
we
then
might
all
get
the
one to
others are up.
smithereens.
In that case, I think maybe I should do the piloting roll first in an attempt to give you an advantage towards shooting him.
Sounds good to me.
Well,
Okay.
your piloting roll from last time, all the advantages you got, you can apply that to anyone's turn in this round.
Oh, that's
So
good.
you don't have to take your turn to do it. You just need to say what you did last turn to provide an advantage.
Okay, in that case, I pull this maneuver that sweats 180 degrees around, so now that we're just facing him and playing chicken.
Okay.
That's, so that's what I did last time. Now, let's try that. Exactly what I've been doing. Evasive maneuvers and advantage attempt. So.
All right.
Oh wait. So yeah, I got it. Hang on. 1 success, 1 strain, 2 advantages.
Okay.
1 success. What was that? 1 success.
1 success, 1 strain, 2 advantages.
Okay.
Okay. So I'll let you use those 2 advantages to give another boost die to whoever's attacking.
Okay.
If you want, and then
Yeah.
but I did notice,
go.
Brian. I just looked at gain the advantage again. Gain the advantage lasts until the end of the next round, so you didn't technically have to do that again if you didn't want to.
Oh. Okay. Well, it's effectively but yeah, that'll work fine. Let's
Okay.
just-
Either way,
All right.
yeah.
yeah.
Yep. So you managed to gain the advantage, and then it is another PC's turn, probably Brian. Or not Brian,
Sam.
probably Sam. I don't know what is going on with my names today, guys. I meant Sam, but I said Brian.
All 4 of us kind of look alike. So.
Yeah, we totally do. Yeah. So, let's see. So what's my roll going to be then? So if I fire at him, so I'm aiming, so I get 1 blue die, and you gave me a blue die for all my advantages
Yep.
last time.
So
I
you
get
get
2 blue.
2 boost dice, and then your roll isn't affected by the evasive maneuvers because you have gained the advantage on them. So it's a straight up regular attack roll.
Okay.
So it's
but
going to be two purple, your normal attack dice, and then
And
2
2 blue.
blues.
Okay,
Yep.
so that's 4 green, 2 blue, 2 purple. Here it is.
Exactly.
And Jesus Christ. A failure and an advantage. That's worse than my last roll.
Okay.
Man, even with the boost dice.
I got more. The more I get of those, the worse I roll.
Stop giving me help, guys. I'm fine down here on my own.
Sorry, man.
Stop helping.
That could seal our fate, because if he hits us again, we're done.
I know. Okay, so I vote hold damage repair.
Okay.
You know.
Let me roll it.
Can I throw something out there? Totally out of character-y.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Okay. Remember that if you manage to install, boost your HMRI installation, that every success beyond the first is going to lower the round by 1 to a minimum of 2, and if you get enough successes, you will have surpassed how many rounds have already gone, which would mean it would kick in immediately.
We can punch out. Okay.
Okay. Let me make that roll then on that.
Yeah.
It's 2 difficulty.
Okay, we'll ignore the thing I just did, and here is my roll. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, see, you took one system strain, but you managed to lower the rounds by 4, which is well past how many.
We can
rounds
afford the
have
system
gone.
strain. Okay.
Yes.
we can.
Now we just have to hope that the ship misses you.
But didn't it already go this round? Oh, I guess it's going first next round.
This is the end of the round, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. No.
See, this is where being the GM and being able to roll your dice in secret and occasionally fudge to help your PCs would be useful.
Hey, you know what? If we died in a fiery ball of flame right now, I'd still be happy with this game.
Yeah.
So.
That'd be a story.
Hey!
And he has a.
Ooh.
Oh, there we go.
So,
Wow, nice.
funny story, guys. He fails, and he has now taken enough system strain
He hits
My
the
dice rubbed
atmosphere.
off on him.
that it hits a chunk of the other starfighter that it seems to take out its engines and or some sort of power source, and it just dies in space. It doesn't
Nice.
explode, but it's just now floating, completely disabled.
Now we hear
Because it
that
has officially
sound
taken
of
enough strain to
everything.
drop.
The sound of everything powering down. Yeah.
Okay. We need to make that debris part of our crew. It's done more to help us than anything else.
Yeah.
And just
Yes.
as you hear the TIE fighter die down, you hear the shoo of your hyperspace power kicking in. And all you gotta do is hit the lever and you're gone.
Hey, Vex, where did you? What coordinates are we heading to?
Whatever the default one was set in the ship's system.
Uh-oh.
Before I started fighting, shooting, I set it
Narshada.
to go to rescue my sister.
That works.
That's right. You had a destination in mind and got
That's
a grant
right.
out of people. So.
Actually, you totally did. That works.
All right. So you get the coordinates plotted in, hit the hyperspace button, and in the familiar blast of light, the Crate Fang takes off, leaving Tatooine and a disabled TIE fighter behind in a blaze of glory. Thus ends this Star Wars
Nice.
adventure and Play on Target's first actual play podcast.
Actual play on air.
Say what you will about those Corellians. They build their ships tough.
That was very tight. That was tight.
Yes, that was rough right there.
That was a lot of fun.
Shall I stop the broadcast?
It sounds good to me.
Okay. Thanks, guys. I'm going to turn that off then.
And that is Edge of the Empire.